Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shad here, coach of the Bayern Munich, and welcome to the PPL Season 3 recap. This is a thing that's happening. I wanted to do this for a while. I didn't do one last season because the season was fucking garbage, and I was lazy and shit like that. So, yeah. But we're doing one now because this was a great season. I want to look back on it, reflect upon it, and shit like that. And yeah, so this is probably gonna be bit rambly, not actually sure. I probably forget like half the things I want to mention, and yay! So, first up, let's look at the team that we have. We got Manaphy, Crobat, Klefki, Thunder T, Dronegon, Seismitoad, Skuntank, Porygon 2, and Megalovania. Initially, we didn't have Klefki, we had Aromatisse, Vanilluxe, and Girafarig. Girafarig was the meme pick that I heavily regret, but we changed that after week 6. Yeah, week 6. And yeah, so let's start with my first overall pick, Manaphy. Tiny Blue, our captain, came to 10 games, 9 KOs, 6 deaths, and 3 plus 3 differential. So, Manaphy had, I think, 3 games? I think 2, where it could have won me the game, but it didn't see the field. Or it didn't, I guess against Sam I get haxed. I got crit against Shroom, that was nothing happening, so Manaphy, I guess Manaphy could have done work, but he pressured me enough. He was border electables and stuff like that, so, but against Trav, I could have swept him, but Thunderous swept me, so that happened. Against Lars or, Frank for the FC World Corona, it could have done a lot of work there. It just, a lot of games where Manaphy could have won me the game, it didn't get to do that. I won before that, which I guess speaks for my team in general. Have a very strong draft this season. That's very nice. I'm overall very content with Manaphy. I finally fucking used Subtailor, which is such a good set. I don't know why I didn't use it last season. I only used it once, but it worked against Skelly, as you can clearly tell by this result. It was just amazing against this draft, and that's sweet. I knew I would bring that from like before the draft, and he changed his team. I was like, oh, this makes it even easier for me. And he dropped Umbreon. I was like, fuck. And it still worked. So hey, yeah, Manaphy was solid. It was used as a more Pokemon occasionally against RTK, where I had to sack it, unfortunately. RTK, I could have gotten a 6-0 in this game, but I switched Manaphy on Gardevoir and then sacked it. It was a terrible play. So I could have, yeah, whatever. Manaphy did well at Manaphy. I am not going to draft it again. Do I recommend it? Obviously. It's one of the best Pokemon draft format, if not the best, arguably. Draft it if you can. Just fucking do it. People are starting to learn how to plan against the thing, which is scary for me because I haven't. I have not prepped for a Manaphy ever. I don't think I've ever had to prep for a Manaphy, even in March Madness. So I don't know what it's like to play a Manaphy. No one knows what it's like to be the Batman, etc. But other people do, and that's kind of problematic. But regardless, get Manaphy if you can. It is fucking amazing. Moving on, that was our team captain. I'm proud that it was. Moving on, the second round pick was Alabadi Crobat. 8 games played, 2 KOs and 5 deaths. Minus 3 differential. So we have 2 more kills than we did in season 1, which is impressive. I think, were both of those against Jack? I know one was against Jack. I don't know about the other one. I don't remember that in all honesty. I think might have been against Liam's team rather. Don't remember. Oh, it was against Shroom, of course. I killed the fucking Sylveon with Bandit Cross Poison. Right. Crobat was fun this season. I finally stopped using it as a defog. I only brought defog once this entire season, and it was not on Crobat. So, I picked Crobat because it is my favorite defogger. I didn't bring it as defogger. I brought Choice Bandit, I think twice? No, I brought Choice Bandit once against Shroom. I brought the beautiful Life Orb mixed set against Jack, which just put in work on his defensive core. And I brought the amazing Nasty Blood Rain against Trav, which absolutely decimated the team, but didn't get to do that because fuck Thunderous. And I brought other sets. I brought support sets because Crobat is a fucking amazing support mon. And overall, absolutely love Crobat. I will always do it, and I can only recommend it as a get it early, like round 3, 4, 5. Just do it. The reason I picked Crobat so early because I initially wanted Nidoqueen and Zapdos, but Nidoqueen got sniped, so I was like, okay, let's go to my other defogger, and then change my plan around a little bit. All worked out in the end. So Crobat round 2, I know some people find it questionable. I think it's worth it. It's such a good Pokemon, and it did very well for the season. So in this third slot, we had Aromatisse. Now, Aromatisse is not a bad Pokemon. I don't think that it is. A lot of people do, and they're silly. Shout out to Rufus, you stupid person. But didn't do anything for my team in the end. I expected it to be really good, because the combination of Pichu and Aromatisse sounds so good on paper, but I never needed Aromatisse in the games that I had it. It either didn't match up well against Sam, which Sam had the definition of a fucking fairy killer team, with Jirachi, Talonflame, and Nidoqueen. It's like, didn't want fairies to do anything against his draft. And then in other games, I just couldn't fit it on team. I really wanted it against Shroom. I think I wanted it against RTK? Or no, I wanted it against Sly as well. Couldn't fit it on. So the Ortiz was just kind of the little guy that I couldn't bring more than once. I brought it in week 1, and all it did was get some really crucial, but still just chip damage off new Megalovania and get fucking destroyed by a Psyshock in one hit all the way down. From like 70-something%, I want to say. So that was something. Yeah, I dropped the Aromatisse later on for Klefki. Now Klefki is fucking amazing. It's really, really good. Typing is amazing. It lets you wall and check so many things. Two-wave is good. I think you just heard my mic do weird things a couple seconds ago, but hey, it's fine. Klefki's good. It gets T-waves off. It gets toxics off. It gets chip damage off, and it of course gets spikes up. Spikes are so good to have. I barely ever draft as stackers just because I'm terrible at drafting apparently. And with Klefki I finally had one, and she, I guess, because Alicia did amazingly. And I would draft again. I'm not going to, but theoretically speaking, I would draft it again because it's a soul Pokemon. It's not like other fairies. It's not a cleric type of thing. It doesn't have recovery, all those things, but it's still soul. It's a little bit passive in a way, but strong enough to hold its own with priority T-Wave especially, and it's just good. So the next Pokemon, Thundy Eden the Thunderous Therian. 9 games played. Oh, Klefki 1 KO, 1 death, and Aromatisse just 1 death. 13 KOs for Thundy in 9 games and 3 KOs against it. Oh, I love the thing. It is so good. 145 special attack is ridiculous. 101 speed is very solid. Its move pool is ridiculous. And I absolutely adore this Pokemon. As you can see, it has the most second highest KOs in our team, and I think it was third in the MVP race, or the Golden Pokeball Award in the season, which we actually won the season, which I will get into later. Thunderous is so good. It is, in my opinion, and not just mine, a lot of people agree with me, the best offensive electric type in the game, in the format rather. Thundy I and Thundy T, I don't think they're too different in that. I think they're equally as good. They have different things that are speaking for them. Thundy I, of course, the speed tier and the prankster. Thundy T has fucking power. It's the amazing wall breaker that can also sweep. It's a better agility user because it is strong. It doesn't need nasty blood for anything, basically. It is such a good Pokemon with its insane coverage. It can blow through teams, can punch holes in teams very easily for other things like Megalovania to clean up, for things like Manphy to clean up, which didn't happen a whole lot, but point being, Thunderous is a fucking god. I adore this Pokemon, and I highly encourage absolutely everyone watching who I don't play to draft it. If I do play you, don't draft it, because it's terrible against me. I'm not scared, no. Please don't do it to me. I actually dealt with Thundy T before. I didn't do. I guess I had AV Jolteon with Synchronize. Right, Thundy T is the Pokemon because of which I ran the AV Synchronized Jolteon, the legend that didn't get to use Synchronize. But hey, yeah, it's not the point. Anyway, Thundy T is a beautiful Pokemon. I adore it. Specs was so powerful against Alex. Nasty Blood was so good against, I think, Frank, against Kelly. I think I had Nasty Blood. I know I had Yachiberry against Liam, which was good for the Mamoswine. I just overall, I adore this Pokemon. It's so good. It was nice. It was nice as a bulky-ish pivot against Sam until it got burned. Would have been an amazing check to donate his eye against Shroom if he didn't get the damage roll. It's just, it's so good. I love this Pokemon, dude. Yeah, that's that. So moving on, we have Jane Drodigon. 4 games played, 1 kill and 3 KOs against it. -2 differential. It did its thing. It was there, South Rocks, and that's basically all it had to do. I decided against using the Life Orb variant against, I think, Liam and Kelly, where I was considering it. Especially against Kelly, because it absolutely blew through his team, especially considering how slow it was. But you know, Drodigon does the job. It's a solid Pokemon. Is it the best dragon? By no means it is. By no means, whatever. But it does its job. It's a bulky thing that can hit things hard. It can get glares off, can get rocks up, chip damage, which is huge. My team was really reliant on chip damage because I have a Megalovania. If you have a Megalovania, what you want is chip damage on things, so just come in and kill everything. That's how you draft your Megalovania. You don't have to do a whole lot, but that's the best way to use it, as seen by Mono in D2 and me in D1. Dragon is a cool girl, I guess, and it's fun. It's there, it exists. Next up, we have our second Stealth Rocker, which is Seismitoad, banning the Seismitoad. 5 games, 4 KOs, and 3 deaths. It's a terrible word. +1 differential. Seismitoad is a cool guy. It didn't actually get hit by as many grass moves as I expected. The only one I really remember is the fucking HP grass from the Mega Blastoise with the fucking damage roll that we didn't restart again after we restarted already, and I lived in the first game, and then I didn't live, and I didn't ask for a restart because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, whatever. Seismitoad is amazing. I love it. And it's good. It's a reliable Stealth Rocker. It can actually threaten teams offensively. It can, again, chip damage with Skull Burns, and with Knockoff, getting rid of leftovers, and Rocky Helmets potentially for Megalopony. Very good. Love the thing. Didn't get to use Rain Dance, which is kind of sad, but you know. And next up, one of my favorite draft Pokemon, Skuntank, Zebo, Zex, yeah, German, great. Fuck's sake. 6 games played, 4 KOs and 4 KOs against it, +1 differential. Skuntank is a god. I fucking adore it. The game against Sly, it was so good. So fucking good. Skuntank also just threatens psychic types, which are of course scary to Megalopony, and it's arguably the best psychic type counter in the game, because they don't get anything to hit it hard. You can Pursuit Trap them, you can Sucker Punch them, just crunch them, taunt them if it's like a Reuniclus with Calm Mind, anything. It's a Defog as well. I brought the Defog only once. It's a great Pokemon. I think it's really underrated. I don't think there are many people who have used it super duper well. Excuse me, fighting my mic against my laptop. I did okay with it this season. You know, 4-3 is amazing, but it was just so nice to have. It was really good against Jack as well in the first game, breaking down his core with, you know, the offensive-ish mixed offensive set. And I adore this Pokemon. It's a really, really good core breaker. Fairy Dragon Steel cores, it can break those relatively well, especially the Steel Fairy part because of Fire Blast and Poison Jab and Taunt and all its shenanigans. Absolutely lovely Pokemon. Gets player of 40 Dragons. Sub Acid Spray was so good against Sly. Acid Spray in general is a very, very good set because Dark Poison coverage is really good against defensive Pokemon and defensive teams, and love it. And then we have P2, Duct Tape. 10 games, so the most games out of everyone together with Manaphy. 4 KOs and 4 deaths. One day I will do it. Fucking German tongue not working with me. Terrible. That's a joke to be made about whatever. Stop it. P2 is the best defensive Pokemon to ever exist and to ever walk this planet. It doesn't really walk, does it? I don't know. The best defensive Pokemon out there. I didn't get knocked off once. Actually, I did in week 1, where I tried to sack it against Hitmonlee and Jack didn't kill it, which was great. I didn't get knocked off a single time this entire season. Because if you draft P2, you have to have knowledge. You have to be 100% aware of every single Pokemon that gets knockoff, trick, or switcheroo. Thankfully, I'm a huge fucking nerd, so I know what gets these moves. And I worked around it. I expected things. I had always had that stuff in the back of my mind. And people didn't bring enough of it, honestly. I don't think people prepped well enough for P2 this season, which is why it stalled out people while it did so much chip damage, and it was always a good pivot, a good switch into things, and P2 is amazing. If you ever consider drafting Chansey, get P2 instead. There's a good chance it's a lower tier, and it's 5 times as fucking good. It takes it also takes no damage from anything, but it can actually hit back. It's not a complete fucking setup fodder. And even if it gets knocked off, it can still live hits. It's a better Chansey in draft format. Full stop. My opinion. Eat a dick. That's that. Absolutely love P2. I'm so glad I drafted it. I'm so glad I remembered that it's a Pokemon that I want before the season. I was like, P2, getting that late in the draft. I did it. I did amazingly. 10 games out of 11. It was there. The only game I didn't bring it to was against... I don't remember. I don't remember. No idea. Maybe Liam. Maybe Kel. No, I brought it against Kelly. Maybe it was Liam. Who knows? Someone probably will remind me in the comments. Probably not. Yeah, P2, fucking draft it, people. Just build a good core on it. Have a Cobalion with it. Have Cobalion, Cofagrigus, and P2 as your core. And it will probably be fun. I thought of the core once and I was like, this is amazing. Do it. Do it for me. And then we have, of course, our Megalovania mine. 8 games, 15 KOs, and only died once, which was against Shroom. So congrats, Shroom. Plus 14 differential. I didn't bring it to 3 games, those being the one against Trav, the one against Sam, and one against Necro. So 2 losses and a 6-0. Doesn't mean much, you know. Both games where I didn't bring it and lost, well, all of the games where I didn't bring it and lost, let's do that again. All games in which I didn't bring Megalovania, I wanted to bring it, I just couldn't fit it on my team. Because other things would just do a little bit better in the matchup, I felt. So, Megalovania is amazing. It is arguably the best Mega in draft format, and it's just a really good Pokemon to have in the back. The priority in Fake Out and Quick Attack, the unresisted dual stab, the incredible speed and the good power it has are just so nice. Include the utility moves in Healing Witch and Encore, and you know, Power Up Punch is a kind of a utility move, setup move rather, but all these things just make the thing amazing, and I absolutely adore it. Now, the 2 Pokemon that you don't see on screen right now, those are Vanilluxe and Giraffic. Obviously didn't bring Giraffic because it's a garbage Pokemon, it was just a meme pick. I learned to never do meme picks again, because if I didn't have Giraffic, I wouldn't have had to drop Vanilluxe to get Klefki. I would have just had to drop Romatisse. You know, I'm silly. But Vanilluxe is good. I brought it to 1 game, it got 2 kills and it didn't die. No. It got 2 KOs, so it went 2-0. Did it? Maybe it only got 1 KO, but it got a freeze on a Bishop, which was fun. And Vanilluxe is actually really solid. Did a 100 something special attack, I don't remember what it is. Combined with Freeze Ray and Ice Beam, Tautomice, and all these things are really solid, and I encourage people to draft it, especially if you have like a tier-based draft. Get it as your PU pick. Really do it. So many teams are so weak to Freeze Dry, and this thing is the strongest Freeze Dry user in the entire game. Because Mega Lady can't hold an item. Also, Mega Lady is shit. So there's that. Just try it out, really. It is so good. It also has priority Ice Shot with a decent attack set. It has decent bulk, unlike Cryogonal, which a lot of other people have drafted relatively recently. It actually can take hits on both sides relatively well. It doesn't just die to anything. It doesn't just die to attack like Cryogonal does. I think Vanilluxe is good. I think people should draft it, and that's that. That's the team. I'm gonna pause real quick, and then gonna be back with the game recaps and shit. Yay! Okay, so the games this season. Week 1 against Jack, Norwich Skitty. That was an incredible game, probably the most fun game, and definitely the closest game of the season I had. You know, I think I got a little lucky in a couple of cases, on a couple of occasions, but not too bad. Especially not as bad as our season 2 game where he just hacked the fucking shit out of me, and that was terrible. But yeah, it was an incredible game. Megalovania came fucking through with 4 KOs in that game, I'm pretty sure. And it was very, very strong. Strong performance. Jack played well. I think he had a slightly better matchup. But I played it very well, prepped very, very well for that game, I do believe, personally. With, you know, the Skunting set, the Crobat set, basically relying on breaking his core and then winning with Megalovania is exactly what happened in the end. So yeah, Megalovania had 4 kills in that KO. Megaladios was fucking terrifying, and I hope no one drafted next season so I don't have to play it, but it's rather unlikely because it's a ridiculously good Pokemon. So yeah, that's that game. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to load up the sheets on my spreadsheet and it is working. So yeah, Saboteur was also there. Saboteur dealt with his Nidoking. Rocks were good. It also checked the Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee was a huge threat that was always at the back of the team. Yeah, Megalovania got 4 kills, so I was correct in that. Pichu just didn't want to die in that game as well. It was great. It was the first showing of Pichu being a god. So, week 2 against the Portland Timbers and RTK and his not so strong draft, as he realized later on. Vanillux got 2 KOs in that game. I brought Vanillux. The first one in D1 to bring a Vanillux, which doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's cool. Got a freeze and got clean up the game with freeze dry. Megalovania, that was the week where I didn't have max happiness, and that would have made it a 6-0 most likely. And, you know, I'm sad, but you know that happens. You do silly things, especially in the beginning of the season. I think he didn't even get to see the field in that game. I sacked Manaphy, which was a terrible play. I should have just, you know, gone into P2 and gone from there. I don't remember exactly what happened, but Dragon also did pretty well in the game, but the main focus is obviously on Vanillux for that game because... And P2, oh my goodness, P2 in that game. Toxic Gardevoir, which was Calm Mind, which could have been really scary considering I didn't have max happiness on my Megalovania. Toxic Gudra, it just straight up walled both of these things so easily. And this entire team, he couldn't deal with Pichu, and it was amazing. So, moving on with that into week 3 against the Eternal City Enders and Necrostevo, and that was just Manaphy plus Pichu being absolute beasts. But also Seismitoad. I played very ballsy with Seismitoad. I burned the Panagora, which is nice, and I also burned the Mega Bomb Snow. I stayed in Mega Bomb Snow, predicting a Blizzard rather than Giga Drain because it was overall the best move to click against my team. It worked out. I got a burn in Mega Bomb Snow, and everything was great. I also got this huge knockoff of on Road and Watch, predicting him to be the thing. What's the item? Chesterberry. Why couldn't I think of that? So he can't rest. Predicting a rest because I was speed creeping him. Went for knockoff, got Rift Chesterberry. He went to sleep because of the rest. And then was asleep for 2 turns, which allowed me to set up with Manaphy and put so much pressure on his team, get 2 KOs with Manaphy in that game. And then at the end, Pichu just kind of cleaned up the game. It would have gotten 3 kills, but the fucking hail killed Scizor, which was kind of sad, but yeah. Also not a strong showing of my draft, with some really solid prep on the Seismitoad and the Pichu especially. Scotty didn't get to see the field, but that happens in a couple games. And then the game is in week 4 against the Pittsburgh Pyro and Sly. Another very strong game. Megalovania was there as a Weavile check and didn't even have to do it because Weavile wasn't there. It was max defense and then clean up at the end with 3 KOs. But the main players for this week were Crobat and Skunting. Crobat with Skunting first. Skunting with the sub acid spray set, which was so good against the team. Subbing up on the Confederates and just going for acid sprays, killing Arcanine, probably killing something else that I don't remember. Let's check. Yeah, I got 2 kills. I don't know what the other one was, but Skunk got lucky. It dodged like 2-3 moves in the game, like a Will-O-Wisp and a Seaport, I think. So it was fun. And then Crobat. Crobat was such a trooper. Crobat was my switch into a Hydreigon, which is ridiculous. Like a speedy Spidef Crobat, so I can take 2 Scarf Dracos or 1 modest Life Orb Draco or even Specs Draco and then roost up and take another one, because I had speed and it's speed and non-scarf Hydreigon basically, and roost up on it and beat it, or take 2 hits from Scarfed Hydreigon and didn't have Head Smash or anything. So, excuse me. So yeah, that was very strong from Crobat, and then Megalovania just kind of picked up the pieces as it tends to do. Week 5. The only loss that, the loss that bothers me the most, because I should have won that game in my humble opinion. I'm not the only one who thinks that. Not trying to be a dick, but I think I should have won that game. There was the turn 1 thing where, if you didn't watch the match for some reason, and are still watching this, which I don't understand, but more power to you. We had a first attempt at the game where he led with Mega Blastoise, I led with Side Control. I was like, okay, I can live any hit, I can go for a Grass Knot, I get huge damage off on the thing. And I lived the Grass Knot first time, the Grass HP Grass on like 2% and got a crit Grass Knot, which put him down all the way to like 35%. And he killed me the next time, which was fine. Then I went into Thunderous, I think, and he went into Jirachi and realized, oh, this is a level 100 Jirachi. I think maybe it might have been a couple times later, but basically he had level 100 Jirachi, so we had to start over. And on that same turn 1, he got the damage roll, and we didn't restart again. Why? I don't know. No one knows. We should have 100% restarted, because this is not what the game started like. I wouldn't even have wanted to crit. I was just wanted to live and get damage off. I didn't. If that fucking Jirachi was not level 100, I would have won that game already. I am very sure of that. Because, got so much damage off Mega Blastoise. And, without that, I just lose a Pokemon for literally no fucking reason. Of course, the roll was in his favor, but it didn't happen the first time. That's just how it goes. And then I was stupid and didn't ask for a restart for no reason. And then there was the thing where my Manaphy get crit with Mega Blastoise when I went for Rain Dance, and could have rested up next turn and probably just won the game by Calm Minding or just scalding, putting a switch or whatever. Basically, the crit cost me the game, the turn 1 bullshit cost me the game, everything was terrible and I was very sad. But Sam played a good game. He did what he had to do and benefited as well. You take what you can get. If you get lucky, you fucking take it. If you don't, then you're stupid. Simple as that. Again, Sam played a strong game. He had a very good team. Yeah, Sunny T was also very strong in that game. Like, so much pressure on his team. Recovery on lefties. Me deciding to go with a bulky left over it actually paid off big time. And yeah, then we have week 6 against Shroom, which was a weird game that I don't remember too well, honestly. I don't know why. It was a very quick game, I feel like. Shroom made some body predictions, and then after killing some things, toxicing some things, he came with Torn Eye and set up a agility, and I was like, okay, this is fine, because I have an Assault Vest Thundy T, which is, supposed to deal with the thing. After Stealth Rock, I can still live a timid Life Orb HP Ice, guaranteed, which is, I kept an eye on that to make sure I can still live that. Turned out to be modest. I was like, okay, if he's modest, I can still live this. And then it was damage roll, and he killed me, and he got the roll, and then I lost because of that. Now, not too mad, because it's like I think it was like 60-40%. I think it was in my favor, but it happens, I can talk. I acted like I was more upset than I actually was. Of course I was annoyed at the time, but a little bit after I realized, fucking hell, it happens. I got to use Bandit, Quick Attack, P2, fucking Crobat, and Return P2, so it was fun. A little bit of prep there, and yeah, those were 2 losses in a row. Picked it up again against Lars, who was stepping in for Liam in week 7 in West Chan United, with a strong win 2-0. A lot of 50-50s going in that match, as per usual with Lars' matches. He has 50-50s, and he doesn't enjoy those. Sunny T and Megalob did so much work in that game. Manaphy didn't actually do a whole lot because Lars played very well around that thing. I didn't. Skuntank was also crucial in this game because it did its exact job, which was to weaken Mew. That's all it had to do, and it did that perfectly. Chewing an Earthquake and crunching it, and pursuing it first and then crunching it. You know what I mean. Yeah, then the week 8 match against Kelly, that was Manaphy just sweeping him, Funny T putting in so much pressure on his team. P2 didn't see the field, which was kind of fun. Yeah. There's not much to talk about it. There was just Thunder T and Megalovania. That's it. You know, Sub Taylor Manaphy is a cool guy. Nasty plot. Volt Switch Thunder T was also really cool. And then we have week 9 against Alex the AS Monferno, and that was just Specs Thunder T just wrecking his team. And after that, Megalovania put in the work. Well, next to that, also Megalovania put in work. Sub high jump kick was very good. Prevented me from, you know, taking a hit from Red Rock and shit like that. I don't remember too much. Manaphy also did okay. I think it just has side that week as I wanted to, but you know, it happens. And Manaphy got 1 kill and then died because I got toxic. And there was also Scarf Zapdos. Week 10 against the FC Volcarona, against Lars again, stepping in for Frank this time. P2 did amazingly. Thunder T did ridiculously well. Yeah, that's that. MVP was P2 because he just tanked the hits, the toxic, the hippo. Got a Tritech Power on Mega God of War, which I don't remember if it mattered, might have. And you know, weakened the Snorlax, which was very huge. And man, if you didn't get to see the field, this was one of the games, one of the like 2 or 3 games that I mentioned where I didn't get to see the field. And could have swept his team relatively reliably. And yeah, then week 11, which you saw there earlier, was just misplays and memes getting thrown in my face. And yeah, so a season we ended with a 8-3 record, a plus 24 differential. We had plus 28 before week 10, before week 11. Sorry. Yeah, we probably have the highest differential anyone has ever had after week 4. We have the most 6-0s anyone has ever gotten in a PPL season. 2, which is not ridiculous, but it's a good amount. Tied with Troy, who got 2 6-0s in his D2 season. So yeah, we did well. It was a very strong season. It just all came down to 1 game at the end. Or you know, if Trav didn't get lucky against Sam and Sam didn't get lucky against me, then the last game wouldn't even have been important, and I think I would have won. I think Trav pointed out to me that if there was no luck involved in those top games, I guess, high table games, then I would have won. I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure Trav told me that. So, yeah, that's a thing. Overall, I think we played a strong season. I had a beautiful draft, and yeah, I hope I can get a maybe even better draft next season. You know, a couple things, a lot of things I want to try. I have a lot of ideas for drafts, and I will just see how it goes. I'm not going to be too set on one draft plan, hopefully. I have 2 picks that I definitely want in mind already. My 2 first picks, hopefully. So, that's going to be fun. Even if I don't get them, I have a lot of backup plans. And if everything goes to shit, I'll just, I don't know, fucking get a team that can meme on people. Who knows? So yeah, that's the season. We got the MVP, by the way. Megalovania won the GPA award with 15-1. Most KOs tied with Titar, but Titar died like 6-7 times, I think, and Megalop only died against Shroom. And yeah, that's that, because he didn't miss a high jump kick. Selfish of him, I don't know. Also, our losses increased in differential. I just risked 2-0, 3-0, and then 4-0. That's funny. Yeah, we won a GPA. We got the 3rd in GPA as well, so that was pretty fucking nifty. And yeah, overall a very strong season. And again, as I said, I think this is a season that I quote unquote should have won. And by which I mean I don't think that I was clearly the best player. I should have won the division because hey, I'm better than you. No, what I mean is that I had the team to win. I played like I should win, or could win rather. That's the word I was looking for. I cannot speak English, and then I just didn't do it. I fucked it up. Simple as that. I had it in my hands and I didn't do it. And I think that I should have won because I won't do it in the future. I mentioned that at the end of my week 11 match, I don't think I will win another PPL season unless, you know, George, who's going to come in for Trav next season, is going to leave. Mono leaves, or I don't know. I mean, I know I can beat everyone in draft format. I think I'm pretty sure I can beat absolutely everyone. Do I think that I will? No. Can I? Yes. So, there's that. Next season is going to be incredible. It's going to be very difficult. Strong competition, but we'll do our fucking best. We got another fucking title. I've got Jack in my week 11 video, I think, is where I was listing people, and Kelly. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It happens. I'm silly. But anyway, that's the recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know not many people are going to watch this because it's a long video and not many people actually care for recaps. But if you do, that's much appreciated. If you did watch till the end, then leave a comment that you did, because that's much appreciated and makes me happy. Like really happy that you take the time out of the day to just listen to me fucking ramble over fucking nothing or shit you've already seen. So you know, that's it. I'm gonna shut up now. It's already 35 minutes. 35 minutes I recorded back to back. Oh my goodness, it feels weird to be productive. So, with that out of the way, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support throughout the season. It has been incredible. And I hope that you all come on to the next season. And I hope that we can hit the 500 sub mark by then, or during that season. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some news. I will appreciate 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next season. Goodbye.